Hello and welcome to the Donny Chaingang with me, Matt Payne. We're live here in the studios. We're just literally putting it together. As you can see, we're nearly there. Bit more acoustic treatment to go in, a little bit more kick to go in. Slight lights that don't quite blind me and the entire world would be good. We're currently still on some of the work lights in here. However, we are getting there and probably just in time because it's not long till we head off to some other studios for some more work on other projects as well. We're into the penultimate week of the Donny Chaingang, and that means that we are going to be bringing you a lot of action from some of our favourite courses and running right into that finale on Thursday next week. All, of course, part of OTE April. And the OTE April, of course, named after the fantastic commercial sponsors, OTE, who have been looking after everybody. OTE Sports, the nutrition company, who keep us quite literally fueled up, hydrated. This one's looking a little bit the worst way. That's not because it's an old one. This is because it's actually got a lot of stick in a very short space of time out on the bike. But keeping us hydrated, keeping us refueled, sponsoring lots of teams, lots of our regular teams like Tactic UK, along with lots of our riders. And, of course, promotions and discounts as well. 30% discount off if you're a member of the DCG gang on your orders this week. So really is key. Get that membership in for the end of the month. If you've thought about donating to help us keep on rolling into the new season, please do. We've got costs that basically keep on going all year round just for the Chaingang, and it's great to have some help. So thank you everybody who's joined us, and of course a massive thank you to all of the guys up there and who'll be across the base of your screen during the ride, because they've helped us help the members of the DCG gang, and it's the members of the DCG gang who come on here. Now, just before we head off into the ride itself, let's show you where we're heading. We're in Champs-Élysées in Paris. We have, of course, our yellow beacon. This is Russ tonight. Now, on Thursday, it won't be Russ. It will be Jimmy Allen. For those of you who are not in the know due to the emails going out to the members. But tonight, we are with Russ, our yellow beacon. Russ Downing, of course, former national multinational champion. And, of course, nickname of the Bear. So Russ with us, leading once again on the Champs-Élysées circuit, a particularly tricky circuit due to the nature of the design of the course. It was always meant to be that for the guys on the Tour de France, and it's the same for us on the Donny Chaingang. Essentially, we have a lead in of 3.2 kilometres, 6 laps of 6.6k, and a part lap of 1.35 kilometres. That means we're going to finish at 44.15 at the Latouche Sprint Arch. That's the green arch at the top of the Champs-Élysées just before you go in towards the turn. Now, it means we've got quite a lot of elevation, 507 metres, but there is a 1.85 kilometre warm down. For those people who do end up a distance from the ride, then don't forget, Tim Baggs is in charge of the bus. Great bus picture from Tim on the gang. Brilliant to see that post up there where you guys keep on finding pictures, new pictures of red buses doing weird and wonderful things. I have absolutely no idea, but I tell you something, really going to be fun tonight. So let's see how this pans out. Let's see just where we end up. Our riders are primed and all ready to go. Let's see where we finish off. We'll show you our Velo Viewer graphic, and that is as much as I think, because it is a really good indicator. You can see that we have the start line. We work our way around the flat pan of the shovel. If you imagine that's a big shovel with the pan at the bottom nearest to us, we work our way through the pan, around the pan, up on to the climb. Remember that we will finish on the ascent right at the top of the climb before we go around the Arc de Triomphe and back down again. So our riders are lined up and ready to go. You can see that they are going to be taking it easy. So let's dive in with our riders. Let's head out. Here we go. Heading out and on to the course. Go the riders. So let's go join them here live on the Donny Chaingang with me, Matt Payne. So the riders off and rolling at the moment. and looking pretty good as they head out of town. Just keeping an eye on the riders going through. It's Russ that we're in with at the moment. Let's drop some stats down on Russ here. So Russ at the moment, 70 beats per minute. As Russ has pointed out to everybody, guys, let's keep it all together. Let's get it together. You can see Russ, the yellow beacon, and Tim Bags are red beacon. Are all very close together, but getting the gang together out of that start pen is absolutely key. As you can see, the only rider that should be left in the pen should be our full speed events avatar. I think Simon Oxenden doing a late join. A number of people just doing that. It's like Johnny Atkinson just dropping off the back. Remember, if you do need assistance from our red beacon from Tim Bags, please, 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 please do give him a shout. It does make the red beacon's life much easier. Really is key. So it looks like plenty of people on the ride from the in real life ride, the meetup at the weekend. Some great pictures coming in. A massive thank you to Keith, Vin and Tracy for stitching all of that together, doing an absolutely sterling job of making sure everybody stays together and are able to get to the cafes. And remember, if you want to take part, then make sure that you keep an eye on the Facebook page. And indeed, all the way through the summer, there's going to be specials on there. Quick heads up for those people who are on the WoW DCG and were asking us about when the WoW DCG was going to go visit France. Well, the dates are up when there is availability to come out. So if you are a rider who's been on WoW DCG, jump onto the Facebook page and jump on to the post. You'll see Emma's been up there posting about what, where, when and how, including a trip to go watch the tour in person as it comes down in and through the borders of the Charente and the Dordogne as well. Now, the riders here in France as well, but in the capital, Paris at the moment, and just making the way down past the Tuileries Gardens. Are out on the left-hand side, the River Seine on the right-hand side. Going to drop down underneath the underpass, and we're just keeping an eye on Dr. D at the moment as he makes his way down and through. 53 riders on the ride. Should be able to see everybody on the ride pretty much. Just waiting to see if our late joiners are going to be getting themselves back in with everybody. So down underneath the underpass we go. You can see that yellow beacon group just in front of Tim Bags. Now, we have said, of course, it is OTE month this time round. They started us off in September. OTE, the first of the people looking after our riders. Then it was Halloween and Halo looking after our riders in October. In November, we had Gritty. In December, we had 1080. In January, we had a brand new year, brand new you. Is Gus Velaskin looking after everybody. January and February, Continental. We're keeping riders in the gang shod with the fastest rubber in the business. In March, it was the amazing Nonnas, and great to see Stefano out on the ride and on the in real life ride. Brilliant to see him out there. And of course, this month we're back with OTE, who kicked it all off. So if you need to restock, it's a 30% discount off for members of the DCG gang with the code that's in the members' email. 1 month's membership, 25 quid. So you do the maths, 30% off your order. You don't need to be ordering enough for the next 10 years. You can order enough through the summer and get a massive discount on that and stock up and be ready for a whole summer's worth of riding, whether that's on the rides. Don't forget, of course, DCG is heading to Mallorca in May with Russ, so you can head to Mallorca in May with Russ. You can go with the trip out to France with the WoW DCG, and with Full Speed Events it's going to be with myself and Emma for a trip to see the tour in July, and then we have a sportive gravel and Flanders-esque weekend with choice of gravel and road sportive. The road sportive is a tough one because it's got plenty of bumpy tarmac sections on the way round, but lots to do out there, so lots going on. Make sure you jump on refuel, get rehydrated, and of course, if you needed a little bit of help, someone already just got in from Chris Ball to OTE. Brilliant to see. Don't forget, of course, that if you are wanting to get a head start on that, if you remember the DCG gang, we've been giving away some of the brand new, brand spanking, absolutely hot off the presses, just released, pineapple flavoured hydro tabs. They are amazing. They add to the blackcurrant, the lemon, and orange. And it's really, 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 really important to be hydrated whether you're on the gang or you're out in the heat of Mallorca or in France. Basically, guys, it's absolutely rocket fuel stuff. It's brilliant tasting. It's fantastic to keep on going. And gotta say, don't forget that you are going to be in the chance of winning 3 packs of hydro tabs and a bottle, a pack worth £30 from OTE, and that's going to be coming out. We've been giving them away all the way through so far. Our members include Tim Baggs, the man who's been on your screen for a sort of considerable amount of time at the moment. Tim, one of our winners, in fact, in April, along with James Forbes, Emma Gilbert, and Bobby Mason. Now, let's jump in with our riders. We're probably going to pull the random draw for the members the second time through the finish line, and we are approaching the finish line as we speak at the moment. We're just rolling our way up towards the bear himself, to Russ. So this will be Russ's first time underneath the finishing line. The finishing line is the green banner. We are about to complete the warm-up run into the laps proper, and as we go underneath the green banner, then we will be making our way through to the point at which where we go through out on each lap. So the start finish line is not the orange lap banner, it's the green banner, guys. So Russ's heart rate no longer at 70. It's moved all the way up to 85 beats per minute coming up here. A group pretty compact at the moment, not too strung out at the moment. As you can see, the classic shot there, the classic run up towards the turn around the Arc de Triomphe. Replicated here on Zwift, one of those things that are absolutely cracking. Now, here we go. Up over the climb we go. Just going to come up, and as Russ X says here, Russ of Bikeflex says, it is 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go right now. There we go. So Russ underneath the banner. 6 laps to go to the end of the ride. 1 lap to go until we draw the next winner on the OTE draw on the Donny Chaingang, the DCG Gang Supporters Club, the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club, the DCG Gang, and a massive thank you to the members who have been in there. Good to see we've got Emma Gilbert on the ride. Emma, another of our winners, in fact, on the draw this time round. All of our riders on the draw, all of our riders basically are members who have a number allocated to them. Those numbers essentially are there to represent a rider, each rider with 1 number, and essentially the random number generator will be stopping the clock on one of those numbers. Where that is, we do not know. It is really simple. We don't know where that's going to be. It's currently just ticking around in the background, and when that stops, then that tells us we are going to be ticking along and hitting the numbers. What number it is, you see it there. There you go. Numbers flicking their way around. When that stops on a number, which will happen as we go underneath the finishing line gantry, then that is when we will be allocating it out. So the winning numbers so far. We've got Bobby Mason on 24, Emma Gilbert on number 14, James Forbes on number 12, and Tim Baggs on number 2. And actually run right the way up to number 43. Tracy Seeley, you think your number's been removed? I'll tell Tracy what number is. Tracy, you are number 37. So if number 37 comes out, number 37, then you know it's Tracy Seeley. Expect more mad typing on the message board. Okay, back to the right. Let's see how we're doing. Certainly looking pretty compact as we head down through. You can see this group still holding together. Fortunately, the anvil's not going to do too much damage on the way down here. Not much use on this circuit. Good to see Foxy on the game. Foxy, of course, on the in real life ride as well. Good to see Mr. Mason on, the fat cyclist, back in with us once again. John Garfer in here. Really, who's who? Johnny Atkinson, Tim Baez, Chris Espeo on board. Keith Richardson's in here. Mr. Taylor. Let's work our way up through Mr. Billsworth in here as well. Craig Forrester. Just keep it an eye. Looks like Mr. Messi just riding his way up to the front. Simon running in here. Good to see Simon on board. Simon's going to be our bus driver on, I think it's going to be on Thursday if I remember correctly. She's done the show prep for the next few weeks on the way through. So into the finish. Quick reminder, of course, no show. There'll be no show coming out to next Tuesday. Tuesday is... well, Monday night and Tuesday daytime, and Tuesday evening our transfer day. Across, we've got some logistics to sort out on the Monday, and then we'll be blasted down. Should be down into France, but just about the time that the Chaingang's kicking off. We won't be sent off too early on Tuesday morning, and then we've got a couple of stops to make on the way down, and into place. So there'll be no show on Tuesday. However, we will be here on the very last Donny Chaingang, and that is not this Thursday, but the Thursday after, until we go through the breaking out the other side into September. So that is going to be the very last one of the DCGs until we get to the other side of the summer break. And we're going to be giving away 2 lots of OTE goodies that day as well, because of course we weren't giving any out on the Tuesday before. Dale Williams looking forward to another Pete Treble masterclass tonight. The man from the Flanders Colo team going to be looking to see if he can take another win. Just checking, Pete was definitely down on the entries. I think he'll be on board somewhere. Didn't actually see him when we had the last run through. Did see Charlie Childs on here. Good to see Charlie back in with the gang again. Charlie, of course, the mastermind behind the Continental team, who have looked after our riders on the DCG. Got to say a massive thank you to Shelley and to all of the gang over in the Aberystwyth neck of the woods. In fact, my mum and dad are actually going to Aberystwyth for 2 weeks. There you go, going on holiday. Their first holiday, not in a caravan, for something like fast approaching, I think, 40 years. Maybe 45 years. There you go. And they're going to be down in Shelley's neck of the woods. Very nice place to be. Some amazing hills, some great countryside as well. Some great bike riding too. Shall change to go for a pipe. They no. Can you imagine? Right, here we go. gang heading in through and looking good. Just seen Pete Drobble go through there, so definitely on board tonight. You can see we've got Ken Kerrigan in as well. Nathan from Fellow Bants. So at the moment, the riders on the way round on lap one of 6. So we've got Tristan on board. Tristan, just so you know, you're number 43. If it comes up with number 43, you are going to be number 43, Mr. Emtage. Let's have a look at Mr. Runnit. Simon is, you're number 36, Simon. Let's see who else we've got on board. I'm not going to be able to cover everybody. Just isn't going to work like that. We're not going to manage to match them all up together. No point in telling Emma her number because she can't win twice. One rider, one prize. Proper old school rules. Mr. Kerry on board. Neil Kerry, he's riding number 42. Good to see we've got Neil with us. Another member of the DCG gang. Neil, the winner, I think, in the Nonners. And good to see Rob Wimble had been into Nonners, seen Steveno and co. And good to see Rob in there. Rob going to the spiritual home of eating when it comes to the Donny Chaingang. And a regular hunt, not just of Russ and Dean, myself, Emma, and pretty much most of the gang who are involved in putting the Chaingang on. But also, of course, with people like Connor and Ben Swift and Mark Elliott, you name it, and all of course of the Italian gang. Great to see them all in there. Now, going back to the Ragus, Mr. Clark on here. Interesting to see he'd done quite as many miles he did as he'd done at the weekend. Jason Stevens with us, Chris Ball in here. So we're on our way up towards the climb. This will be the end of lap number 1. It will be 5 laps to go. So the question is going to be, should we do the draw this time or should we do it next time? Let's do it next time round. So we're going to do the draw next time round. We're just going to have the auto camera shot, watching our riders make their way in and through round this time around. And we're just going to take a very quick break because we're going to be heading off. We'll leave you with the images of the ride at the moment. We'll just give Russ a follow at the moment. And we'll watch Russ up and round. And we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. So shout out coming from Russ to Squeeze at the back. We've just been keeping a check on the messages. Whilst just doing some checks on the tech for the weekend. Coming up, another busy day on the Sunday Race Club actually this weekend on broadcast. And we'll be going across to France. So we're going to have the Chaingang on Thursday. Immediately we finish the Chaingang, we'll be switching over ready for the My Wish Championships. So that's going to be 7 stages in 8 days, $1 million prize fund. Looking forward to putting worst of the action in that. We're in a lot of planning gone into that, some great stages, and going to be really interesting to see how riders on an esports platform respond to an 8-day, 7-stage tour. Now some big mountains, some flat stages, some Moya mountain stages, some medium mountain stages, and they've got a time trial as well. So we're going to be interested to see who comes out on top. Under 23 veteran categories and as well as 4 categories of riders, so categories 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well. So lots of prize money, lots of people up for grabs, men's and women's prizes equal as well. So it'll be really interesting to watch that. Emma joining me on the commentary for that. So Emma is in fact hosting the women's race. I'm hosting the men's race, and we'll be diving in and on each other's on the races, on alternate races as well. So I'll be diving in onto the women's race at some point, and then we'll be diving into the men's race at some point, just to keep things entertaining. 50k stages for the women and 70 for the men. It's going to mean it's going to be very, very interesting to see a proper full-on stage. It's going to be cracking to watch. I suspect that we're going to see some very interesting riding on there indeed. You can see we've got some more of our regulars on here. Just taking a quick look through here. We've got Johnny on as well as Tracy in here, and Emma Gilbert on board as well. Just taking a look here. So we go with Tracy. They have of course got Lisa Jane Knight, aka Foxy. So we've got Matt Nunn on here too. Williams saying this side of the course is good. It is. This is a nice downhill run. I do prefer the Champs-Élysées course this way round. Much more fun this way than the other way round. The other way round is not funny. There's no other word for it. I guess the Tim not having to do too much work. The pace pretty consistent so far. Nicely steady pace being held by the gang on the first few laps on the way down. You take the right-hand turn, the run across from the centre of the Champs-Élysées across to the edge of the Tuileries Gardens and the edge of the Seine. And you're going to be able to see that just at the side of the riders. A lot of conversation about Mr. Drabble. Just watching Pete Drabble at the moment. Already a heart rate of 120. One of our youngsters, though, so heart like a hamster pretty much. It's going to be beaten away like crazy today. Particularly as we run in to the finish, just ticking along at the moment. Last time Group 2 chased well. They did indeed. This is a course that really, really is a cracking run. Swift feels smooth tonight, says Russ. Yeah, it does actually. I think we're not probably a good barometer of whether Zwift is running well, because it's very, very rare we have issues, but that is quite simply because actually Zwift don't tend to have too many issues, but if they do, the more fragile your setup, the more likely it is to go wrong. It is that simple. So ours is relatively bomb-proof. We can survive a massive cutout on the way through, so very interesting to see. Now I've got the new pack dynamics on board, which is indeed a good point from Mr. Atkinson. Pack Dynamics 4, some great articles on Zwift Insider. And they've done some proper empirical tests on the dynamics. And that is on the Zwift Insider pages on both time trial bikes and on road bikes. And the numbers are quite scary. It moves faster. Much faster with the draft now than it did before. There's less churn on the front, and there is also a bigger tail to the groups further back. So if you get distanced, it's easier to get back on. However, it does give the advantage to a small group of riders going away clear, but the numbers are phenomenally quicker. They are much, much faster, and you're seeing a move away from ultra realism by Zwift in some regards. So things like the actual speeds, we're seeing much more gamification. So not just things like the power-ups, but starting to see things like halos around the riders. We're going to see things like the pack moving faster to make it more fun. That's definitely the case in the scenery. The feel is going to be interesting as well. But very much the game moving towards a more gamification, a more game-featured ride, rather than an ultra-realistic measuring. What's the measurements on there accurate, but the speed and the pace definitely very different. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are doing performances on Zwift that they definitely can't replicate in real life. No cafe stops allowed on the DCG though. Matt Nunn, yes and no. If it's a Cycle Espresso cafe stop with OTE bars for nutrition, then yeah, probably is allowed, to be honest. So we're about to go underneath the lap banner once again. This is not in use today because our lap banner is up at the top of the climb. Russ at the moment just tucked on the back of the group. Nobody really being distanced at this stage as we take a steady run up here. There's some nice low numbers. When we hit the line this time, we are going to do the draw for the OTE super duper properties. So Russ just taking a little bit of a stroll up towards the front. So we are going to do that draw when we get to the top of the climb. So when Russ goes underneath the gantry up in front on the climb, that is when we are going to pull the draw for the OTE goodies. That's for members of the DCG gang, the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club. And massive thank you to them and all of the rest of the supporters. So let's get the camera up over the top of Russ. So Russ on his way up the climb. When Russ hits the green banner, then I'm going to hit the stop button on our giveaway machine. Where it stops, nobody knows. What number will it be? It's going to get, the prize is going to go to somebody who's not had a prize in this draw. Let's grab the giveaway screen. Here we go. Giveaway screen is on. So you can see the riders on the way up the climb. When the riders hit the green banner, that's our lap banner, we will be giving away more OTE goodies to a member of the DCG gang. Say thank you guys so much for donating and keeping the show on the road. Absolutely critical that we have your support. Russ and I initially carrying all the costs as well as the work on the Chaingang. Now these days, I gotta say a massive thank you to everybody who helps out financially as well as physically and checking everything out. So we've got people like Gail who's looking after the red beacons. We've got Emma looking after the whole of the WoW DCG, including the beacons. We've got Mark Chamberlain on the website. We've got loads of people helping out. So a big thank you to them. Right, here we go. Into the last few meters. When Russ hits that green banner, I'm going to hit stop as fast as I can. Let's see, the banner is coming. Here it goes. Oh, stop. Let's see where it is. It has got a 7 in it, which is good news. The bad news is it is a number 17, not number 37, number 17. Number 17, well, number 16, Mark Grant, it's not you. Number 18 is Craig Herring. It's not going to be you. It is Andy Hawes, number 17, our winner on the Chaingang tonight. So Andy Hawes, the winner of the OTE goodies. So Andy's going to be having those. Andy, if you're watching, we'll be sending that prize down to you. I know Andy, a very busy man despite the loss of the Women's Tour and Tour Series this year. So Andy, we will be sending you those goodies, and we'll send you the email down. And I'm sure Andy will be in. So great news for Andy. The number is number 17, and a win for Andy Horse. Great stuff. One of our regular supporters. Might not be disappointed it's not Oakleys. He's got enough Oakleys, Matt. Let's face it. So congratulations to Andy, one of the hard-working guys on the tour and the Tour Series, and that's going to be a hopefully a nice little boost at his riding. Now here we are on the way down here, just with Russ at the moment. Well, the fact that Matt Nunn says that according to Andy, he's definitely not got enough Oakleys, but I don't think you can. It's basically N+1 rules. You never have enough. Whatever you have, it's actually that number +1 is the correct number of Oakleys to have from 1080. 1080, of course, our key supporter. And I've got to say a big thank you to them. We've got a nice little surprise from them, and I've got to say thank you to Emma as well, in fact. So a set of very nice shades that are going to be heading out to France for French duties only. A very special limited edition French set. So thank you very much, Emma, and thank you to Ian down at 1080 for sorting those out. Another one to add to my collection, as I say, N+1. Right. Dale's saying it's going to be 40 minutes or so on the climb at the moment, rolling our way round, currently 33 minutes in. I trust Dale Williams' mass over getting around this circuit. So here we go, back with you. It's 2 to go. The go has gone. It has been absolutely brutal on the way through. And you just see this group getting fresh. Great work being done by our red beacon at the back. That's Tim Baggs. Just riding with John Garth, one of our regular red beacons in here. All looking good at the moment. Looks like Seeley the Terminator nicely tucked in as well. We're heading up towards that banner. Remember, we finish at the green banner up at the top of the rise, and at the moment the time is ticking, and we've seen a few scurries away. Pete Drabble, Tom Lindley winding it up, Hutch winding it up as well. Looks like Tristan from Chevin Cycles just being spat out the back of this group at the moment. Looks like Dr. D in there as well. Seeley just about staying in. Time to squeeze on now. No time to be bemoaning the fact you haven't got an anvil. It won't help you here. Whether you have or you haven't got an arrow instead. Useful with speed still 32 kph. Chasing Crehan, chasing Forrester, chasing Coking, Catlin. Garfer in here. Looks like Donahoe run it. Just being distanced. The pace is being set on the front. And that pace is being set by Drabble, who has gone on the way up that climb. Now he has gone through. Remember, it's 2 laps to go. We have just less than 2 laps to go. At the moment, it's Drabble, Williams, and Downing, the 3 leaders on the road. Then it's going to be Lindley, Little, Oxendham, and followed by Nathan from Velobans. So just watching that group coming in behind, slowly closing the gap down on the leaders at the moment. Still at 4 seconds. This is that chasing group. So that leading group reformed at the moment. Looks like it's going to be 13 riders strong in the leading group. Group 2, currently headed by Simon Runnett. We've got Holmes, Richardson, Taylor Calloway, Speo, Charles in there. Group 3, currently headed up by Vin Donahoe, with Forrester, Seeley, Coking, Crehan, Mantis in there, Chris Ball, John Garfer in there. Then it's going to be a drop back to the to Carl Johnson. Then Chris Canham in with this next group. So Johnson are in no man's land, sandwiched between these 2 groups at the moment. Plenty of work being done by all of our riders on the way around here. You can just see that yellow beacon on the map view. Currently just up as they go in towards the turn. As we jump in with Greg Pillsworth, who's in this leading group at the moment. And pretty much all together as they come in and through. So this is your leading group here on the Donny Chaingang. Just approaching 54 minutes of riding. 34k covered. Remember, we will be on 1 lap to go when we hit the green banner next time. So our riders on the way around, heading in towards climb once again. This little group at the front still looking pretty smooth. Still holding the numbers, 14 seconds the gap to that leading group. Not going too far away, but just stretching out at the moment. Nice group here working, if they work together, they're going to be able to hold off the chase behind. Chase Impact currently, this is group 3 on the road, currently about 40 seconds down on the very front of the ride. So they're going to be need to keep on working here. This is and next group, then we're going to go drop back to here. Our riders, Patterson's group here, the riders just working their way through them behind them. And the trio of riders still nicely together. That's going to be Woodward, Lee and Williams, and the bus looking good as well. That's going to be Baggs and Kerrigan. So great to see everybody finding a group, finding a rider to jump on with and trucking on as we make our way up this climb. Russ getting in the one lap to go when we hit the banner this time round early, and that is quite simply because he was planning on going and pushing on as he came up onto the climb. You can see the numbers up in red behind those riders, lifting the power to get onto Russ's wheels. So this is Russ squeezing his way up here. Lindley and Atkinson with the Cryogentine, the F365 here on rider. That's Lindley coming up on to the heels of Downing. So Lindley up over and through, still approaching that green banner of 1 lap to go. Just hit the sprint line, so 150 metres. The green sprint line to the finish, an uphill sprint, which definitely makes it tougher, but over the top goes Drabble. So as soon as they came back, counter-attack from Pete Drabble. So Lindley just pulled back, Downing. Drabble's gone over the top of him, and at the moment it's being left to Lindley to hold the distance. He's just about holding him back. Can't afford to let this gap go much more, though. We've seen what Pete Drabble can do. He's got the higher watts per kilo at the moment, but Lindley has a group with him. He's got to use that group, though. They can't afford to split it. Riders like Dale Williams, Gareth Mason, Adi Dencher, Nathan from Velabans, Russ, Downing, Simon Oxenham. They've all got to work together. They are just a little bit fractured out here. Atkinson has gone. He's at 13 seconds. Osman's at 7 seconds on Drabble. And it looks to me like it's going to be Downing who's going to be coming across the gap here. So Downing goes in and through, goes over the top of Drabble. Drabble, is he going to respond to this? Downing has gone over the top, currently into the lead. Behind him, though, you can see that Drabble is the rider who's about to make contact, and just taking advantage of that piece of draft offered up by Russ for him there. The two riders together at the moment. Now, are they going to try and stay clear of the pack behind? It's only a second or so. You can see that chasing group behind Russ Downing and Pete Drabble, but the pack have got the speed and the momentum with them at the moment. Here they come. They're going to go steaming over the top, and it's Little who is going to lead them down here. So here we go. It's Adi Dench going down with Little right alongside. James Little just seeing Nathan from Velabas coming through the centre between him and Adi Dench. Then it's going to be Mason, Simon Oxenham going through, Russ Downing, Tom Lindley, Pete Drabble, and Dale Williams. They are your leading group. We have currently a very small and select group up at the front. Osman is not with this group. That means it's 9 riders in the front of the ride. Osman currently in 10th place, Atkinson in 11th. The gaps have opened up between those riders, so, and our leading group of 9. So, all black, yellow Tron bike. That's Simon Oxenham in the pink with the white helmet on there. On the grey bike, that is going to be Tom Lindley. Dale Williams is the rider on the pink Tron bike with the blue kit on there with pink donuts. We have got Mason. Mason's going to be running the all-black kit. He's also on the bike with the disc in the back there in that black kit. We've got Russ, of course, in the Donny Cycling Coaching Works kit. Little currently riding in the red, grey and white kit on the what are lightweight hoops. Interesting choice. 80 Dench. 80 is, of course, in the very familiar bikes and beers kit with the blue cap on at the moment. Nathan from Fellabounce is in the grey kit. Got the reverse Tour de Swift hat on the Cervelo with the aero disc wheels. One of the fastest combinations. 80 Dench actually on the fastest, one of the, if not the fastest combination. The Cervelo there with the full disc, red, lightest disc and fastest disc combination. Only get it, I think, number 43 if I remember correctly. Pete Treble. Well, Pete is in the Train Shop kit, in the blue kit with the white helmet, again on that same Cervelo there with the DT disc on the back. Fastest kit in the game, fastest bike in the game. And very interesting. Now, expect the attack on the hill, says Dale, making sure he tees up everybody to be ready. Everyone on here knows what's coming. Everyone knows it's going to be all about holding the pack together and keeping it all together. The question for me really is more who will blink first in terms of the chase, because people are going to be looking to get on there. They're going to be looking to get on a wheel to chase, not doing the chasing. No one will want to chase. So when the attack goes, who will blink first? The attack almost said to come from Trouble. I'm not sure if anybody's going to try and pre-attack Trouble. That would be a very, very brave move, trying to use the momentum. However, we have one of our precursors. It's this dip and rise. So the riders coming in now. Let's see where they go. Into the dip they go. So as they come down, is anybody going to try it? We're going to see a Dale Williams long-range push as they come down, and Simon Oxenham maybe thinking he needs to just go for a short, quick blast here. Everybody ramping up the numbers as they come through. Nobody looking like they're carrying it through. Is anybody going to get distance because they leave too much of a gap? I think everybody way too attentive. Drabble just tucked on the back of this group. Now we're going to ride in with Drabble. We're going to just keep an eye on him. He's just currently in with the back of this group. Lindley just laying off just a little bit at the moment. So at the moment it's Lindley who's laid off the back of this group. Let's get up above them. Here we're going to go for that classic cable cam shot at the moment. Lindley in the pink, blue and grey at the back. Trouble just on his right hand side from Chain Sharp. But you can see the paces come right off. These guys yo-yoing about, but realistically holding, I think, on average about 3.5 watts per kilo. They're all capable of more. The gap is 22 seconds to Osman, 40 seconds, in fact 30 seconds to the group behind. It's not coming down, just the screen jumping around. So they've got about 31 seconds to the group. This is going to be very, very interesting. Who will blink first? Who is going to jump early? Who is going to leave it too late? And who's going to get it just right? Who's going to take victory? Really interesting. We've got big sprinters in here like Mason. We've got rulers like Dench. You've got Russ, who we know has got such a fantastic Palmaris. You've got Drabble, the current hot superstar on the Chaingang, who is the man to beat. That's just, you might as well have a target pinned on his back. He's that much of a type for everybody to have a go at. You can see, though, as they run through. Interesting, Nathan from Velobounce to the very front there. He's just pulled a feather out. He will get rid of that for the climb. Interesting, he's getting rid of that in preference of whatever he gets. Now, if he gets now in Canville, now he's not going to be a happy bunny. I'm sure he was hoping for something better. Now, here we go. We are on the run in. Who blinked first? Well, it wasn't Drabble who went first there. Drabble is going to respond and make his way up. It's Mason, the diminutive figure in front. Drabble is responding to the kick from Mason. Mason has gone from an early one. He saw that Drabble was behind. Now, what are they doing behind Drabble? They're all on his heels. So if Drabble pulls this back for them, They are not going to have done the work. Mason has gone hard here. He's opened up a gap. Drabble has gone after, and everybody is sat on Drabble's wheel, sucking his draft, taking that run up the hill. Look at them, one long train of riders, and this is because Mason has put the attack in early, and he's got a feather as well, so he's got the time in it, he's got the feather, but it's a long way to that green banner, and now they come. Rusty's come over the top. Russ has put a counter-attack in here. Great work here. Drabble is coming on his heels. Can anybody answer these two? Russ has got to keep on pushing. Drabble is coming. He's coming hard. I think Drabble's going to go over the top of Russ. Has Russ got anything left in those legs? Drabble kicks again. He's pushing up 10 watts per kilo. It looks to me like Mason's attack that started it all was answered in some style, and it was answered by Drabble. He pulled them back. Russ counter-attacked him, but Drabble has gone. He's gone over the top, and it is Pete Drabble who takes the victory here. Can anybody beat this man? Not long to find out. Great ride by Russ, taking second place. The run for the line is going to be Williams in third. It's going to be Lindley in fourth. Oxenham in fifth. Nathan is going to come through for sixth place. Dench is going to take a seventh place. I think most of these riders are going to have to take their hat off to the man who let it out there is Mason now. It's going to be Little, the next rider up here. I think Mr. Drabble's legs hurt somewhat. I'm not surprised. So it's going to be James Little coming in and through for eighth. It's going to be a ninth place for Mason today as he goes in and through the line. Great riding by Gareth Mason to wind that up. Next up is going to be Russell Osman, almost catching Mason on the line there. Top 10 for him. Behind it's going to be, I think, Hutch is going to get 11th. The best of that chasing group is then going to be Pillsworth in 12th, Atkinson in 13th, Matt Nunn. Is he going to hold on? Not sure he is. I think Kerry's gone over the top of him. He has, so Kerry's going to go through 15th place, 16th, I think it's going to be Nunn. All these riders going through with Holmes, Richardson, Callaway running, going through. Main Childs going to be the next rider. Massive thank you to Shelley for all of his support on the Chaingang, doing an amazing job in looking after our riders, and some very, very sore sets of legs on there. Next up, Finn Donahoe on the run in. Is he going to be hauled off the riders? They're coming at him quick behind. You can just see that packer trying to close him down. The distance is running out, though, for them to do so. He's not yet hit that green mark of 150 metres, but they're going to need a decent kick here. Mantis Toboggan leading the charge behind. Then it's Garford, Goddard, Coking, Catlin, and the Terminator. It's about 125 metres now, heading for 100 metres. It looks to me like Goddard has got the kick here. It's going to be Goddard who leads this next group in through the line. In 24th, it's going to be Donahue in 25th. Mantis in 26th, Cokin, Catlin, Forrester, Garford, Seeley, the first of our female finishers, and takes top spot in the women on the chain gang today. So she might not have had an anvil. She might not have won the kit from OTE, but still taking away fastest female finisher on the gang today. Chris Ball coming in and through the line as well. Next up will be Trevor Crehan. So good riding by Chris Ball. He's in and done. Trevor Crehan with Creasley, Patterson, Atkinson and Co behind. So Crehan goes in and through Matt Crease at the moment, with a little bit of a gap behind. Let's just take a look. Has he got enough? I think Matt should have enough here. We'll see. I'll tell you something, Gary's moving fast. Gary Patterson is on a serious pace here. He's closing down Crease. He's going to go around him here. So it looks like in the very last stages here, it's going to be Patterson who's going to go in and through. So it's going to be Patterson who's going to come in and through the line. So it's Patterson, then Cannon McFerrin. Looks like Atkinson along with Johnson, and Dubash. McClark going through. Matt Crease, Dave Lee coming in and through. Sorry, Dave. Emma Gilbert coming in with Foxy there. They are second and third of our riders in through in that women's competition. Foxy with yet another set of kit. You can see Fox coming through with Emma Gilbert, Jason Stevens coming through. And that leaves, I think, this is our next group of riders on the road in towards the finish. This is going to be John Lee along with Matt Woodward on the way up this climb. So some great running today on the Chaingang here in Paris. So a quick reminder to everybody, we're back on Thursday. Don't forget, of course, that we will have Jimmy Allen leading the ride. It's going to be an absolute cracker this Thursday. Really, really looking forward to that. It's one of my favourite courses on the Chaingang. Not my ultimate favourite, but almost. My ultimate favourite actually is coming up as the very last of the DCG rides. And that is going to be a week on Thursday. So next up in towards the final few hundred metres is going to be Matt Woodward and Joanne Lee. They're on the run in towards the line at the moment. And Woodward in the blue, engaging the steamroller on this slightly cobbled climb on the way up here. The paving stones here. Just going to give him a little bit of advantage as he comes up here. He's on the wheels of Joanne Lee. He's going to go over the top here. It's the final kick for the line. Woodward opens up at 9 watts per kilo. We just seen coming out. And that is some big numbers coming from Matt. He continues to kick all the way into the line. So Matt Woodward's going to be our next rider in and through. Then it's going to be Joanne Lee. John, going to see you down at Newark for the races down there. Looking forward to being on the mic at the entire crit series. And don't forget, you can catch up with myself, with Emma as well at all of the crit series. And I'll see you, John, at Newark, if not before. Right, our last riders on the road are going to be Ken Kerrigan currently and Tim Baggs. Tim is our beacon. Ken Kerrigan, one of our regular riders. Brilliant to see. A quick ride tonight on the gang, and Ken doing an amazing job as always. Good to see Ken out and about over the weekend. I think meeting up with Dr. D, if I'm not much mistaken. So Ken, our next rider on the climb here with our red beacon, and that is Tim Baggs. Ken doing a fantastic job once again. Now, Red Beacon, of course, Tim Baggs doing a sterling job of looking after our riders. Got to say a massive thank you to Tim and all of our Red Beacons. Amazing job being done by all of the guys who volunteer and help out on the way through. So thank you very, very much. So Tim Baggs with Ken on the final run in to the line. Some quick reminders whilst we're on our way in to the finish. Don't forget, there's still a little time to join the DCG gang, the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club. Our winner tonight, Andy Hawes, winning himself some of the brand new pineapple flavoured hydro tabs from OTE, along with 2 other tubes of the tabs and a bottle as well. So Andy, one of our regulars on the gang, a very popular rider, and going to be taking away the prizes from tonight. And Andy, we will be in touch if you're watching. Not on the right tonight, I know, very busy man, and plenty of time, I'm sure, Andy, to get on the bike and to make sure you get the most of those. A big thank you to the gang on OTE for looking after our riders on the DCG gang, along with all of the people you can see across the bottom of your screens. 1080 with Continental, with Fellow Skin, with Halo, with Nonnas, with Gritty, and of course OTE. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate all of your support. So the final kick, the final run for the line. Got to get your timing right on the way in. It is Ken Kerrigan and Tim Baggs on the way up the climb. Baggs is going to be leading this out. Kerrigan's on his heel. Can Kerrigan jump him? That banner is coming. Kerrigan look and see Tim Baggs, but Baggs is going to open this up. He's got Baggs and Baggs of power left, that's for sure. Through he goes. So Tim Baggs goes through with Ken Kerrigan, and we are going to let the guys roll their way round in towards the very final blue banner. They make their way out around the circuit here. So well done to everybody on the gang. Don't forget, of course, we are going to be coming back and seeing you all again on Thursday. We've also got lots more on. Don't forget to give us a follow. It's Russ. His tags are at Russ Downing, or of course at Bike Flex and at Downing Cycling and at Cycle Espresso. You can catch up with Emma, our Wow DCG head honcho. That is at Biking Emma. You can catch up with me. It's at Matt Fix the Pain, and of course you can catch up with both Emma and I and what we get up to at Full Speed Events. Don't forget, of course, we're going to be busy. We're bringing more racing on Sunday. That's going to be the men's and women's Sunday race. So you can see all the details of that on our feeds. We will be back next week with Thursday's Chaingang, and then we're going to be straight into the My Wish Championships, the big monstrous stage race on eSport. So lots coming up. After that, into the crit season and the BMX. We've got lots of work with the UCI as well. So really looking forward to that. And you never know, by the next show, studio might be looking a bit more like a studio and less like a bomb site. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you again next week. Bye-bye.